people who were being plotted, they did not know.
Yes.
I mean, in such very senior positions of a national police commissioner, people gather. I mean, were you using some magical ones or that the senior police commissioner may not know? I mean, the intelligence services is reporting to them all state apparatus falling under the ambience of the police. They could not even detect that you guys were working under their feet.
Correct.
Okay. So tell me, this is going to be personal. You know, the book of Exodus says, Exodus 2:11 to 22, tells a story of Moses when he was still a young man. He came across an Egyptian fighting against a Hebrew. And then Moses joined the battle on the side of the Hebrew, and the Egyptian was killed. But when you go to Exodus 3, God sends Moses to go and deliver Israel out of Egypt. How do you understand these two verses if you were going to interpret them in accordance with your experiences in life?
Yeah, it's a lesson.
You might have killed an Egyptian in your life.
It's a lesson.
And you now want to deliver Israel. you reached the Damascus moment. Is that what you are saying?
No, not really.
Yeah, but it's a lesson to you.
Yeah, not really. What you are saying is not exactly, but it's a lesson.
It's a lesson. So you want to confirm before this committee that one of the pillars that we are investigating of influence or a relationship between officials in the SAPS and members of the public is happening.
That's correct.
And this relationship is a corrupt relationship.
Yes.
And there could have been other members of society who were destroyed by this corrupt relationship.
That's correct.
Okay. And then the people who are sitting here as politicians, in the eyes of the public, they are generally perceived as corrupt people. That is the perception that, the general perception that is there. Can you confirm here that there are officials in the administration of the state that may not be known but are corrupt?
It is possible. It's possible.
And you know some of them?
No, it's possible with my experience, because we dealt with others.
That there are public officials who involve themselves in corrupt activities.
Yes, we dealt with them before.
And politicians are the ones who are being slaughtered in most cases. No comment. No comment.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. On the day that you received the letter, did you read that letter?
Yes.
And as the chief of staff in the office of the minister, because I will assume that some of the documents that the office processes, you are the last line in defense, isn't it?
That's correct.
You read through the documents and say, Minister, even before you sign, let's sit down here. I want to brief you about these correspondences or these memos because you are going to put your signature.
It's correct.
Did you try to, or after Advocate Pikoli has made his inputs, did you try to sound to the minister to say, following your directive, we have sent this letter to the attention of Advocate Pikoli. These are the recommendations he's making, and as the Chief of Staff in your office, I'm also satisfied that we can incorporate them and you sign, and then we release the letter.
Yes, that's correct.
And then with that, you did not find anything wrong with that letter?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that letter.
The minister was justified to your own opinion and understanding to say we can sign and disband the PKTT, place a moratorium.
Yeah, I saw nothing wrong with the letter because it was limited. He never overreached when I look at it, when he leave it to the National Commissioner to implement. So one will just expect that the National Commissioner will come back if there are any concerns.
And then you still say that the letter which was written by Miss Mary DeHaas, yeah, because I think I called her doctor so many times last night. I must also enjoy the privilege to say Miss Mary DeHaas. You have not seen that letter?
No.
But you might have heard about the contents of the letter.
Yes, it's been said even here.
How does it strike you? This thing reminds me of a problem that is called the Synoptic problem. If you might have heard about it, the Synoptic problem, where there were three authors, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, who wrote their Gospels from different localities. But there were striking similarities in the three Gospels. I mean, how, as a person in the office of the minister, this Synoptic problem, what is your take on it? Where Miss Mary DeHaas writes, and look, even the date, the 31st, the words irregularly, immediately, but different authors writing from different venues on different dates and different times. When this was brought to your attention, what becomes your comment on this Synoptic problem?
First of all, the directives of the minister, I took it as a minister is giving a directive to the National Commissioner in his own initiatives. With Mary DeHaas letter, unfortunately, I never got a chance to look at it, but if we talk about Mary DeHaas, we talk about a person who always sent complaints, even when I was in IP.
Yeah. Let's leave that part of complaints and come to the Synoptic problem of similarities from two authors writing from different localities.
I could not, maybe if it's in front of me, I could compare. I never saw it.
No, we have compared it many times ourselves.
No, I never saw it.
There are striking similarities.
It could be a coincidence.
You don't have a comment. Oh, you think it might have been a coincidence?
Yes.
And then what do you then say after 2 months in February when she writes back to say now, Police Commissioner, why aren't you implementing the decisions? Do you have a comment on that one?
Yes, it is possible because people like Mary Dihas, they have information.
Okay.
Maybe she knew it's not implemented, I'm not sure. But according to me, the directive was implemented from 22nd of January. National Commissioner sent a disbandment plan already in January 22, which that disbandment plan, it's carried out even today as we speak. As a result, in July 23, General Mkhwanazi requested an extension in implementing the very same directive in the phase-out approach. General Mkhwanazi is implementing it even after the minister is on special leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is absolutely nothing wrong with the disbandment of a PKTT.
Have you worked loyally with Minister Mtun? Not loyal to him as a person, but loyal to the office.
Yes.
So with that loyalty now, what is your interpretation of the contradictions that you have made here before the committee, the two of you? Because there are some statements that have been made which are contradicting.
I'm not too sure, Chair, which ones.
One of them, to give example, is that you said that there were no interviews when you were appointed. He said there were interviews.
Yes, my understanding in that one, Chair, the minister has never been involved in that process. So my inference is that the minister was referring to a generic HR process, that there has to follow interviews, there has to do this, that, without probably getting involved.
No, he said there was a panel.
Hence, I'm saying that my inference, that in general speaking, when there's an HR process, there has to be a panel, interviews, and so forth. If he was involved in this one, he would have known that there was no panel or interviews. Hence, my inference is just referring to generic standard practice.
Okay.
And I don't think he was going to lie for what.
Yeah, because the other contradiction is with regard to the recording of your conversation with General Mkhwanazi. Because he said to us that I told him to record him. That's what the minister said. And when an honorable member asked you about the recording, you said, yes, there was that idea, but I did not use it when I was recording.
No, I never heard him saying he instructed me to record.
No, let me tell you what happened. When we started the conversation, we were coming back from break. He said, get your people here who deal with the sound system, because there is a recording that I want you to hear. And it was played here in our proceedings. He said, no, in this recording, there is a part that I want you to hear. It's a recording of a conversation. And now when you speak here, now we recognize the voice, that this is the voice that we heard.
With General Mkhwanazi.
Yeah. He played that, or he made us to play that recording here. To say, when the chief of staff informed me, I said, when you go to talk to him, record him.
Yeah, I heard him saying here that I should consider recording Mkhwanazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not instructing. I never heard him saying that. And then the recording that he was playing, it's that recording that I did.
Where you stand, that act of recording Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, your friend, was it lawful?
Yes,
Lawful in which way?
that I'm allowed to record in a conversation that I participate in.
Did you inform him that you were recording him?
You don't need to inform him according to the act.
Okay. Was it ethical?
It was ethical if I want to preserve an integrity of our conversation. If he's coming back with the distorted information, referred to our conversation.
So when you took that recording to the minister, did you inform him that I recorded you and I'm handing over this recording to the minister?